So I thought that we went through enough, but I guess the NASDAQ market doesn't think so. What's going on, team? It's Ricky with TechBet Solutions, and China just announced that it's going into its own lockdown because COVID cases are reaching new highs in China. So we were talking about inflation. Obviously, that was a big factor on what is causing the reaction of the Feds raising interest rates. When Feds talk about raising interest rates, as we are set to expect an interest rate hike for the first time this week since 2018. Tech stocks do not like that, right? So NASDAQ made up of tech stocks. You can see that the NASDAQ market has been selling off for about 2.5 months. The tensions between Russia and Ukraine, it's not even tensions anymore, but pretty much just the war between Russia and Ukraine, right? Oil prices shooting up. After all of that, right, kind of things, the tension between Russia and Ukraine began to kind of settle to some degree, right? COVID cases and COVID restrictions in the United States began to be lifted. And just when we think that things are getting better, there just has to be another variable on what's going to drag 2022 even further. So I wanted to provide you guys with a quick little update and what is set to happen. So it looks like the market reacted to the news of China already. It's one of the main reasons that we saw such a choppy market, as well as, again, interest rates are set to increase, expecting 0.25% of an increase, and that's this week, right? So that's already factored into the market, but just know that if the interest rate hike is actually higher than what's expected, we can see tech stocks drop even further. Really, the only market that was somewhat green today was the Dow Jones. Everything else was either in the red, or like the NASDAQ market, very in the red. So what's next, right? If you guys watched my earlier video today, we talked a little bit about airlines. Airlines, if you guys look at this on the 4-hour time frame, they're very oversold, right? But now with the talk of COVID restrictions completely being lifted, even a state, or I guess a U.S. territory that is very COVID, they had a bunch of rules and restrictions, was Hawaii, right? But if I'm not mistaken, after March 25th, so March 26th, all you're going to have to do is wear a mask in Hawaii. So even the most, I would say, COVID restriction states are now beginning to lift their COVID mandate. This is huge for industries like airlines that have been so negatively influenced by, or affected by, this COVID pandemic and the overall restrictions that came with it. The second thing is, with the tensions of Russia and Ukraine, oil prices shot through the roof, right? They hit highs. I think it was, we haven't hit this level of the price per barrel since 2018, right? With that being said, today we saw one of the biggest pullbacks in oil prices in quite some time, ending the 8-business day bullish run that oil had. This is great. And we talked about it, right? So as oil stocks and ETFs begin to pull back, which ETF that's oil-based goes up, right? Which is the inverse ETF. For those that like to follow me and like to trade ETFs, you don't have to trade this, but that is ticker symbol SCO. SCO goes up when oil stocks and ETFs go down. So because oil ETFs are super overextended and super overbought, then this is where we can pay attention to SCO. And if it consistently is indicating signs of an uptrend, then maybe it's a way in which we can make a couple of bucks if you see value in it and if you day trade, right? The last thing that I quickly wanted to talk about is, how can we make money right now? And one of the things that I wanted to put into perspective, this is actually something that I'm uploading on the TechBuds Instagram tomorrow, but I wanted to share it with you guys. So I think it's always very useful when putting things into perspective, right? So I do agree with you, tech stocks are very oversold, right? But just like any recession or any type of pullback, it's the potential for recovery that always is kind of like the light at the end of the tunnel. So Facebook stock down 52%, Tesla down 38%, Amazon down 25%, AMD down 37%, TQQQ down 56%. And based off of previous highs on each one of the stocks, and again, a lot of these are some of the most valuable companies and the leaders in their niche, right? Facebook, offers 126 ROI potential. So we can check this out. And Facebook on the 4-hour time frame, if it were to recover, which of course it 100% doesn't have to make a full recovery, but it has huge ROI potentials over 100%. We got Tesla at 62% ROI. Amazon, one of the most valuable companies. Let's be honest, Amazon isn't going anywhere. 33% ROI potential. It's not that it has to recover right now. But again, putting things into perspective, this is why you're probably watching this video. This is why you're still here. The market's been trash for 2 months, over 2 months. So what is keeping you active? It's you understanding the potential the stock market still has when it does recover. Because the question is not if the market will recover. We all know that it always does based off of history. The question, and the difficult question to ask yourself, is will you be able to tolerate it long enough to see and benefit from the recovery? This is why we like to encourage you to watch your position size, right? Right now, it's not a time to be greedy. Right now, it's not a time that you want to just throw your money at anything and hope for the market to recover. This is a time to be calculated. This is a time to be selective. It's not just that the market has to recover, so I'm going to throw my money at something, but it's challenging because we don't know how long it's going to take. So all I ever ask you to ask yourself is that make sure you put yourself in a position to succeed. These stocks, you should not be expecting them to recover right away. Whatever stock that you view as a good quality investment that was previously doing well, but right now, based off of current market conditions, might not be doing the best, then this is where you can really set your future self up for success. And of course, I had to throw it in there, TQQQ with a little bit over 129% ROI. I thought it was something worth talking about. There's huge ROI potential in tech. The question is not if it will recover. We've seen based off of year after year after year, no matter how bad things get, even in 2008, the market always recovered, but it took time. So if your intention, and I feel like I have to have this conversation with you guys, just to, again, keep that same mindset and mentality, because it's hard. You can really begin to cloud things when you're trying to make money every single day. If you're trying to make money every single day, then you're right. Probably tech stocks right now are not going to be your best bet. They're bullish. They're bearish, right? They're selling off. It's just like direction's not in your favor. It's going to be more difficult. Just understand that, right? But if your intention is to prepare now to make money later down the road, you're sitting on a gold mine. Think about it, right? It's unreal. And that's why I wanted to talk about not just tech stocks, but as well as, of course, right? If the market begins to continue to drop, you should all know what goes up when the market goes down, right? If you like to focus on the Dow Jones, this is the S-Dow. This goes up when the market goes down, right? The Dow Jones has been choppy. Again, I probably wouldn't recommend trying to go against the Dow Jones even during this market. We got the S&P 500 ETF. It looks a little bit more on the overbought side in my opinion, but this goes up when the S&P 500 goes down. And then we have SQQQ. This goes up when the NASDAQ market goes down. NASDAQ market was down today. SQQQ was up 5.8%. So for all those that are trying to make money right now, know that there are ways on how you can make money right now. But if you don't want to take on that risk, don't, right? I feel like everyone's always trying to find like the easy way out. It's not easy. It's all about your intention. If your intention is to day trade, then again, focus on what's bullish right now. But if your intention is to make money later down the road, then I know it's difficult. I know it's challenging right now to kind of see the light at the end of the tunnel, but just know, right? Just give it time. Stay patient. Watch your position size. This is probably not the best time to be fully invested, as things can definitely get worse, right? Just time and time again, we just continue to receive more bad news. But again, there will come a time where the market will begin to recover. The only question you should be asking yourself is, will you be there to be able to strike? That's my question for you. So I really do appreciate you guys' time. I'm excited for tomorrow's live trading session. I wanted to show you right now, we got the NASDAQ future, which is /NQ. Right now it's up about 0.5%, meaning that TQQQ should be up 1.5% during the pre-market session. So I'm excited to follow up and to see during our live trading session tomorrow to see if the market finally is in the green and if we can take a couple of day trade positions if direction is in our favor. One of the last things that I quickly want to talk about is by this Friday, so not next week, not any other time, by this Friday, let me go ahead and refresh this. We're giving away an iPhone 13 Pro. All you have to do is, it's the fourth link in the description. Head on over to shoptechbuds.com. You can pick up any of your favorite tees. You can pick up anything, right? A mouse pad for your trading setup. You can pick up some wall art, a flag. You can literally pick up a trading journal. For every $1 you spend, it equals 5 automatic entries, and that will put you in effort to win our iPhone 13 Pro. And again, this giveaway ends on March 18th. So again, if you want to partake in this, it ends this Friday. Make sure you head on over to shoptechbuds.com and you enter today. So if you guys want to join our live trading session, make sure you click that second link down below, and I will see you tomorrow at Market Open. I appreciate your guys' time. If you have any specific questions that you guys would like to ask me, comment that down below, or you can direct message me within my free trading group chat, and that's that first link in the description. I appreciate your guys' time. Like always, let's make sure that we end the year on a green note. Take it easy, team.